Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Belmont Park here on closing day. It's Sunday, October the 28th, 2018. Going to look at all the stakes races on today's program from Belmont, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And wow, this year has gone by so quick. It feels like yesterday was opening day at Belmont in the spring. It feels like yesterday was Justified's, Belmont Stakes Triple Crown victory. And it feels like yesterday that Saratoga just opened and closed. So we're back to Aqueduct on Friday, and it's going to be good to have a change of scenery. But, Aqueduct sometimes could be your best friend in the winter, but sometimes it could be your enemy also with the racing product. Last winter, the racing product wasn't so good, but a few winters ago, it was decent. So hopefully this year, the racing product at Aqueduct will get better. Hopefully for things to come, they drew the races for Friday, and the average field size about 9, which is very good. So Friday I will be looking at Aqueduct, some of the races here on YouTube, along with the Breeders' Cup races. Remember to join me here on YouTube next Friday and Saturday for my Breeders' Cup preview videos. I'll go enjoy those. But closing day here at Belmont, like I said already, we did have a lot of rain yesterday, so most likely the turf races that are not stakes races will most likely be off the turf. The stakes race turf races, I think those are 50-50. They probably want to run them on the turf, but the turf is going to be very soft, so we'll have to see. I did give you for the turf races a main track selection and a turf selection, so I kept you covered with both angles here. So we're going to look at the stakes races 4, 7, and 8. So let's get on to it. The fourth race from Belmont, it's the Chelsea Flowers Stakes, purse $100,000. Races for 2-year-old fillies, field of 11 horses going the distance of ground, hopefully of 1,600 meters, if you want to go that, or the distance of ground of 1 mile on the Widener Turf Course. 1,600, 1 mile, Widener Turf Course. Top selection here. I like the number 6 horse as my turf selection, the 6 horse multi-strategy. My main track selection will be the number 5 horse Seek and Destroy. So I'm going to go 6 for the turf, 5 for the main track, keeping you covered for both options. But my turf selection is the 6 horse multi-strategy. I rather tease juniors on this trio filly by Scat Daddy. Chad Brown trains. The horse's most recent outing came the 8th of October here at Belmont, mile 16th inner turf course and main special weight 75 grand. The horse broke the main by 1/4 lengths, a little bit wide early on, but really just had a great turn of foot after stalking, and he won nicely. It took 3 starts for this horse to get the main victory, but finally got it. Before that, this horse ran at Belmont and yielding turf course, mile 16th on the Widener, main special weight 75,000. The horse finished 4th by 3.5 lengths there, and was just way out of it, and had a little bit of a turn of foot, but again, it wasn't enough to win there. And then before that, again at Saratoga, August 12th, 7 furlongs off turf, main special weight 82,000. Horse finished 3rd by 6 3/4 lengths. He was very wide, and he just never had the good run. Since the last run, he's been training well here at Belmont on the main track, and I think he should like a wet going, and if he sits closer, I think he can get a piece of it. 5-2, he'll be my turf selection. My main track only selection would be the 5 horse Seek and Destroy. He is entered for the main track only, by the way. Javier Castellano picks up the mount for Chad Brown again. The horse's most recent outing came the 8th of October here at Belmont, mile 16th off turf in the main special weight for 69,000. The horse won by 9.5 lengths. Only 3 other rivals that day. This horse just sat on the pace most of the race and just took off a very easy, clear victory, finally breaking the maiden in start number 3. Before that, in main special weight for 85 at Saratoga, mile 16th on the Melon, September the 3rd. The horse finished 6th by 3 3/4 lengths there, and he just never had anything. Sat mid-pack most of the race and just never excelled. And then before that, Saratoga, August 5th, 7 furlongs off turf, main special weight 85,000. The horse finished 3rd by 1 3/4 lengths. That day this horse set the pace early on, but then he just really never kept a straight course, which cost him at the end. A lot of 2-year-old antics there, but he's improved a lot since then. I think he should like the main track if it has a little moisture into it, and I like him a lot. 4-1. Will we see 4-1 at post time if this race is taken off the turf? I really don't know. I think he might be going down in odds, but 4-1, it would be nice. 10-1 would be nice also, but it'll be my main track only selection. So to recap my selections for the 4th from Belmont, it's the Chelsea Flowers Stakes. Going to go as the turf selection, the 6 horse multi-strategy, and as my main track only selection, I'll use the 5 horse Seek and Destroy. So the 6 for the turf and the 5 for the main track. We're going to head over to race number 7 now. from Belmont. This race is on the main track. It's the seventh race. It's the Pumpkin Pie Stakes, purse $100,000. Races for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground, 1,400 meters, if you want to go by that, or the distance of ground of 7 furlongs on the main track. 1,400, 7 furlongs. Top selection here. I like the number 4 horse Sower. I'm gonna go 4-3-7-2 in the superfecta. 4-3-7-2 super. Top selection of 4 horse Sower. 3-0 filly by Flatter. I read Ortiz Jr.'s on this one for Linda Rice. The horse's most recent outing came at Charlestown. 7 furlongs in the Grade 3 Charlestown Oaks. The horse finished third by 5 1/4 lengths. Set the pace early on, but then just kind of crumbled around the far turn. Never kept up. It wasn't the day to win, but I think coming to a conventional 7 furlong trip, I think this horse just ran a little bit better. Actually, a lot better. Before that, Saratoga, 6 furlongs in the Grade 2 Prioress. The horse finished 4th by 8 lengths, and again was just very wide and just never showed up. It was a tough race, and it just didn't show up. And then the 8th of July, Belmont 6.5 in the Grade 3 Victory Ride. The horse finished third by 3/4 of a length. Was very wide, and again he just couldn't get the good closing kick. But his last 3, or her last 3, were against some motherfucking tough horses here. Last race this horse didn't have so tough competition. Came the Jersey Girl here at Belmont, 6 furlongs, June the 10th, where the horse won by 4 3/4 lengths, sitting on the dueling early on the lead, and then getting the lead by herself, and then she just took off clear. A very easy race. She's facing similar competition than she did in the Jersey Girl, and I just think she'll really run a big one. She started her career 3 for 3, but then they took her to Graded Company, where she ran crap. But like I said, I think she's going to run well here today. 6-5. I know it's a crap price, but she would be a single in the multi-race. Pick 4 begins off race number 6, so single or there. So to recap my selections for the 7th from Belmont, it's the Pumpkin Pie Stakes. Gonna go with the 4 horse Sower. I'm gonna go 4-3-7-2 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8. The 8th race from Belmont's feature race of the afternoon. It's the Zagora Stakes, purse $125,000. This race is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. Field of 12 horses. The 1, 2, and 3 are main track onlys. The 6 horses are main track only here. So almost half the field is entered for the main track. They're going the distance of ground, hopefully on the turf course. The distance of ground of 2,400 meters, or a mile and a half on the Widener lawn. 2,400 meters, a mile and a half on the Widener turf course. The rails are up, let's see, at 27 feet. But if this race isn't run on the turf course and it's run on the main track, it will be run at a mile and a quarter, and I don't know why. If it was, they could definitely run a mile and a half here at Belmont. Most definitely. They run the Belmont Stakes and the Brooklyn Invitational at a mile and a half every year. I don't know why they just can't keep this race at a mile and a half, but they'll run it at a mile and a quarter if it's off the turf. My top selection here for the turf would be the number 9 horse Homeland Security. The 9 horse Homeland Security, my top selection for the turf, and for my main track only selection, I'll use the 2 horse Tigula. So the 2 horse Tigula would be my main track only selection. We'll start off with my turf selection, the 9 horse Homeland Security, 5-2. Another crap price, but she's the best horse here, I think, by a mile if this race is run on the turf. This 4-year-old filly by Smart Strike. I read Ortiz Jr. picks up the mount for Chad Brown. The horse's most recent outing came the 1st September at Saratoga. Mount 3/8 in the Grade 2 Glen Falls. The horse finished 8th by 8 lengths there. Was very wide and just couldn't catch the winner, Lady Montreal, who just ran a hell of a race on the front end. Santa Monica finished second. Was a good horse. This horse just wasn't getting to them. Before then, the River Memories here at Belmont, a mile and a half, July the 8th. The horse won by a length there. She stalked early on, got the lead, and she held on. A very good victory there. And then before that here at Belmont, May the 20th, a mile and a quarter on yielding ground, an optional 60 claimer. She finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths. A little bit a turn of foot at the end, but it wasn't enough to win. First start of the year, maybe she needed the race. And then before that, her last start of 2017 here at Belmont, mile and a quarter in allowance race 90,000. She got the victory by 1.5 lengths, really closing up from the back of the pack. You don't see horses close up where she did that day. She likes running here at Belmont. She has 3 victories locally, 1 on the Widener and 2 on the Inner. She won the race in late September here, and she broke her maiden here in June of 2017, going a mile and a quarter on the Inner, and in a maiden special weight, she broke the maiden by a head, really closing up well. The way she closes on that Inner turf course, you don't see a lot of horses doing. She did it well. She should like the going today, a little bit given to it. She should it a little bit closer because I think that would be good on this turf course. And, I like her a lot if this race is run on the turf, so watch out. If this race is run on the main track, I don't know if I would use her. Well, maybe for insurance on the main track, but she's never run on it. She's trained on it, and she looks like she's trained on it decently. But I wouldn't. I would be a little less confident with her on the main track. That's why for my main track only selection, I would go to the 2-horse Tagula, whose rider is to be announced. The new rider to be announced. This threw filly by Curlin here. Curlin, best remembered, winning at the mile and a quarter trip. If this race is off the turf, it will be run a mile and a quarter on the main track. And Curlin won the Jockey Club at a mile and a quarter. Mark Henning trains this one, Tagula. The horse's most recent outing came 21st September here at Belmont, mile 16th allowance race 77,000. The horse finished second by 2.5 lengths. Stalked early on, had the lead, got caught right before the wire behind by Indy Union, who's run back in this one. He just couldn't keep up. I think coming here, getting blinkers on today, which probably means this horse is going to the front end. If he gets at some easy fractions going a mile and a quarter on the main track, I think he get away with it. These mile and a quarter races at Belmont tend to be more towards speed from the rail. So speed from the rail, he has it. If he gets good position, I think he could set some easy fractions, get away with it. But before the Belmont race, this horse ran on 23rd of August, Saratoga, mile 8th, and allowance race 87,000. The horse finished third by 5 lengths. He clipped heels that day around the far turn, which probably cost him, took a lot out of him, never quickened up. That was a lot more of a trip than his fault. So throw that race out. And then before that, Saratoga on the slop, mile 8th, and allowance race 90,000. Horse finished third by 10 lengths. He stalked early on, but then the two in front of him just got away from them, and he just couldn't keep up. And then back here at Belmont in June, 1 mile main special weight 73,000. Horse won by 7 3/4 lengths on front end all throughout. He just had a very good victory. I like him on the, the stretch out to a mile and a quarter if this race will be run on the main track, and I think he'll run well, so watch out for him. So to recap my selections for the 8th from Belmont, it's the Zagora Stakes. My top selection for the turf would be the number 9 horse, Homeland Security, and my top selection for the main track would be the 2-horse Tagula. So 9 for the turf, 2 for the dirt, or the main track. Say this race gets taken off the dirt and Homeland Security runs, I just thought of it. I would throw into the pick 4 as insurance. Like I said, she's either going to run a big race or she's going to run a crap race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Good luck, everybody.